What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Lauwens
What's
here
up,
with tuned
everyone?
in for this week's AMA. As you guys know, Mark, who's usually here, is at Token 2049 in Singapore right now. He might tune in somewhere during this AMA. We don't know. He's probably out there networking with people at dinners right now. So, we have to wait and see if he can make it. But Lawrence is here instead of him, and of course, it's always a good time when Lawrence is here. Um, yeah, guys, as you can see, new in real life event and new vertical merch. I don't know if you guys already seen it, but look at this banger: the Vert AI light green with orange
We
merchandise.
got a couple callers, right, Hida?
Sorry, yeah,
We
we
got a
got a couple
couple new
colors. Yeah,
couples,
yeah,
right?
definitely, definitely. So we have this one in orange. We have one with blue. Again, it's still our ambition to, at least my ambition to once launch a vertical fashion line. But yeah, let's see where that goes. So guys, yeah, today we're going to give you guys a small update, right? We're going to do a small studio update. We're going to do a small um, token 2049 update from the guys. Hopefully they can do it themselves. Otherwise, I can cover for them. And then I want to show you guys something really cool that has been added to Vertical Stream with a short demo. But I think first of all, Lawrence, you've been working tirelessly with Dev Team on the studio. You've been in contact with them. So tell us what's up.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, we are working really hard in the background on finishing up the final tweaks for the Vertical Studio. And it's taking a little bit longer than expected. So, I thought it would be good to give you guys just an update as to why that is and what you can expect. So basically, as you know, the Vertical Studio can run either on centralized GPUs or decentralized GPUs, where always the trade-off is a little bit that centralized GPUs provide a bit more stability, but you also pay top dollar for them, right? Whereas the decentralized GPUs are way cheaper, but they just need a little more orchestration to get the right stability when you use them. And as you guys know, we have an amazing orchestration software that works really well in providing in providing those decentralized GPUs for the price of a decentralized GPU, but with the stability of a centralized GPU. And that's been working really well. We have been using it for a while now. We already deployed models on it, and that worked tremendously. However, just before the weekend, one of our larger GPU providers pushed an update that led to some minor stability issues. And typically, as a user, you wouldn't experience much trouble from that. After launch, we have backup GPUs that we can use. So typically after launch is also not an issue that you would see occurring anymore. But since we are still pre-launch, we thought to ourselves, okay, we can either launch now with a backup scenario, patch things up in the back, and then get back to business as usual, or we just postpone the launch a little bit, patch things up before we launch the tool the way we intended to from the beginning, so we can focus on what matters, and that is really providing you with the best user experience, right? So that's why it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but guys, we are really close. So we still aim to launch the Vertical Studio before the end of the week, and we still aim to make sure that you guys are able to customize AI models by the end of the week. So just sit tight, we are almost there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because we have
Yeah.
been using it already in the back, of course. So it's just the minor things now.
Yeah, it's super interesting. We've been playing around with it, and guys, it's incredible. It's innovative. It's like it blows my mind completely. What the achievements you can get with the studio. So stay tuned. A lot of more information coming soon. A lot of more content being going to be produced around the studio. Tutorials, etc. So yeah, we're going to bring it, and we're going to bring it well. As Lawrence mentioned, we're aiming for this week, but let's see. So talking about the studio, I think we can, it's a nice link to our token 2049 update from the guys that are on the floor right now. So Mark and Friso have been going full speed at Token 2049. They kicked things off yesterday with a huge event where they got interviewed by the CEO of Reform, and they were invited as VIPs to Kraken's event. Kraken, the sex partner. So as VIPs to their big event, they met some really good people there, some really interesting people. And tonight they are actually attending the Crypto Fight Night, also invited by multiple different parties. So a lot of people, a lot of connections being made, a lot of partners being met. So super interesting stuff. So who have they been meeting throughout the week? They've been talking to centralized exchanges. They've been talking to new marketing partners. They've been talking to a ton of big investors, like huge investors, who are also all super interested in the product. Top founders, but also some major KOLs, that are backing our product. So a lot of different parties have been met, and this is also the power of our in real life events. You guys know Mark, you guys know Friso. They like to talk to people. They like to show our product. They like to, to really get vertical out there. So yeah, they've been meeting a lot of people. I think one really nice thing, and that's touching a little bit based on what Laurens told us about the studio. Friso had a really great moment during Akash's event with talking to their team. As you guys know, Akash is a really great partner of ours, right? We've been building on their decentralized compute for some time now. But their CEO, Greg, had never seen our vertical studio in action yet. Friso showed our prototype, right, guys? Things we've been building, the thing that is working in the back end. And his reaction was literally, I quote him, "This is the fastest, smoothest, and most user-friendly AI fine-tuning workflow I have ever seen." And guys, bear in mind, right? This is V1 of our studio. We have some massive updates coming quickly after our V1 launch that's going to even make it even more incredible. And
It also illustrates really the
yeah,
power of going to these events, right? Because yes, on the one hand,
exactly.
the networking is really important, but I think one of the things that particularly Friso is the best in, this guy just walks around with his laptop, and everyone and their uncle and mother, who even if you don't want to hear it, he's shoving a laptop with our tools into their face, and people are always amazed. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, indeed, these guys, and that's why we always go, right? The power of these in real life events, connecting with, this opens up so much doors. So great that they're there. Really great that they're there. And this kind of feedback, in real life feedback from the people that really matter in the space, in the AI space, it's crucial in developing a great product. So yeah, and then that was just day one, right? Tomorrow, so today was day one, tomorrow is day two. There's a lot of more events planned, but the biggest one is our own side event, which is going to be a VIP dinner with 35 to 40 of the most influential people in the space for us, but also with a lot of influential potential partners that have been invited. And this is going to be a private dinner, 35 to 40 people, high quality people with high quality conversations. And this is really the place where you find the right people in the space to really grow your project. So super excited. We're getting a lot of information back from the Singapore team, right, Laurens? The whole day
Yeah.
they're relaying back. Oh, guys, connect with this guy, this guy, this guy. So we also have our hands full right here. So again, as similar to Token 2049 in Dubai, this is again a really valuable event already, right? And we're only halfway. So super excited. If you guys have any questions on what the team has been doing there or anything, feel free to ask them in the chat or in our community, our Telegram group. We're happy to answer everything. Did I miss anything, Laurens, from this
No,
update?
I think that was pretty much it. So today it is a rather shorter update. So I think we can go to the questions, unless you have something, Hida. And I already see, and I see a comment already.
Nice. So let me just let's pull this comment in. Where is it? Yeah, let's pull this question in while I set up the small demo of the thing. Laurens, maybe you want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
tackle
I'll
this
get
one.
this one. So indeed, we had on our roadmap to get sex listed somewhere this month. That is still very much the planning. But guys, as you know, a sex listing is something that you wanna time properly, right? And right now the market is just not doing great. So you can list, but you will barely get any of the benefits that you are expecting, right? You won't see that much volume. You just won't see that much happening right now if you do your sex listing. So that's something you really want to time strategically. And we still have the strategy. We got some really exciting things lined up in our sex strategy, but we are right now, it's just a matter of waiting for the opportune moment. So I just want to say, hang in a little bit tighter. We we just want to get this in the way that it provides the most value to our token holders, to you, and that's why we're right now waiting for the opportune moment.
Yeah, and also of course right now in Token, at Token, it's a perfect place to connect with all these parties we're talking to, right? Talk to them
Yeah,
very
so
well.
that's the other thing. You are really right. So it's also right now doesn't make sense to rush anything, right? Because we talked to a couple parties, we got a couple offers, but the longer you wait, the more people you can also talk to. So we can rush it now. Then yes, we get a sex listing, but we can also wait since we don't have much extra like that, we don't have much reason to rush this, right? So while we wait for the opportune moment, there's also other opportunities coming in. We just keep talking to so many parties at the same time that yeah, it's just there's this moment no moment to no reason to rush it, but that doesn't mean that we dismiss it. It's still an important milestone on our roadmap. We are very much committed to get this done as soon as possible, but we want to do it in a way that it provides the most value.
Well said, Laurens. Thank you for the question, real deal. Recurring question every week, but yeah, guys, we're working on it.
Yeah.
So let me just then jump into some cool things we have added to stream, right? Let me see if we can get it up here. Laurens, I'm going to pop you off stage for a moment. I'm going to switch it. All right, so guys, as you know, Vertical Stream is a platform where you can use a ton of AI models. You can use them, for text, for video, for image editing. It's easy to switch between the models, and we're constantly adding new models to Vertical Stream as well. Also, once the studio is done, in the future you will be able to upload your own AI model made in the studio on stream. And this, is going to be massive. You're going to be able to earn from it, etc. So, Stream is not just there to use AI models. No, it's part of the whole ecosystem to really connect the studio to the stream, monetize your AI models, etc. But some cool things that have been added to Stream, for instance, are some new video models. And guys, create an account. You get some free credits every day to try out different models. Make sure to use them. It's super interesting. I prepped a little bit before the AMA just to make it a little bit faster. But what we use here is we use Cloud for Opus to generate a prompt for a video. In this case, I asked for a video of people on giraffes riding by the pyramids during sunset. As you guys might have seen, giraffes are our mascot. So, it's fun to do it this way. And it's a drone shot panning out. Well, Cloud Opus creates a prompt for us, which we then copied. And then you can easily then jump into the video corner. And what the interesting thing to see, right, is the differences in the model. So one of the new models we've added, which is a really, really relatively cheap video model that creates really high content stuff, is Kling 2.5 Pro. And with the prompt I just copied from the Cloud for Opus from the text corner, I created this video, right? People riding on giraffes near the pyramids of Giza. And this is just one of the options you can use. In the future, you will also be able to make lengthier videos. Now it's just capped at 5 seconds. But the funny thing is, is that if you compare it to the VO3 model, right, which is also easily done by choosing a different model here, you can compare it to the VO3 model. Again, it creates this, exactly the same prompt. It creates this, which is a little bit longer as well. And guys, I think, in my opinion, you can clearly see which is more high quality. And that, for my, it's VO3. It has sound with it. It's a little bit more in depth. It looks a little bit more real. But the question is it 15 times as good as the other model? Because VO3, if you press on usage, costs 720 credits, right? You can make awesome stuff with it, but it does consume a lot of your credits. While the Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro only costs you 50 credits, right? So that's around a little bit less than 15 times less. And still, you can create some really awesome shit, especially if you're creating more sci-fi kind of things. It works really well. So yeah, so that's one of the models I just want to show you guys. We have it in text to video, but we also have in image to video, where you can upload a picture and make yourself dance, or I don't know, I want Laurens to kiss Mark, or I don't know, things like that. Those are all possible in stream. Just a really, really small update from there. Let me add Laurens back to the screen. Where are you? There you are. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that was nice to see it. And what I also like is that both models are actually pretty good, but they're good at different things, right? And what I like about maybe Kling is that since it's a bit cheaper, you can do a bit more tries. Like you can look at what you don't like, right? And you can just adjust the prompt a little bit. I always, when I'm creating videos, am first using a text model to create the perfect prompt
yeah,
for me. And then typically, if I have something in my video that I don't like 100%, I will just go back to the text model and just say like, hey, I saw this in the video, but I want it to be a little bit more, I don't know, more sunlight, or the giraffes to walk quicker. Yeah, then you can just try it a couple times, and then you're still cheaper off than with the other. But yeah, that
yeah.
really depends on what you're looking for, obviously.
Lots of ways to use the different models together. So
Yeah, and that's also why we try to add so many new models,
yeah,
right? And just provide you with a whole lot to choose from, not just video models, also text models and image models, just so that you have that you just need to be at one place, and that's
yeah,
the vertical stream.
definitely. And yeah, there's also going to be some nice updates coming in the near future. We've already seen the prototypes. If you've watched our Twitter or our X account closely, you've seen a demo of this prototype. Super interesting new updates coming to really boost your productivity on the stream. So we've been working a lot on Studio, but we haven't forgotten about the stream, guys. Super exciting. Yeah, I think those were all the updates from our side for right now. Are there any questions, Laurens? Have you checked the?
Yeah, so I've been checking. So I went a bit quick to the questions, right? You still wanted to demo the stream, but in the meantime, I've been scrolling during your demo, and I don't see any questions coming in the meantime. So we can give it one more minute. If anyone has some
Sure.
burning question, feel free to add, and otherwise, we can close off.
I see Hans Louise has, as always, has some really um, nice tips and feedback. Always providing a lot of nice feedback in the community. So, guys, the community is there to provide feedback, right? So, take an example of Hans Louise, always coming up with great ideas. Yeah, I don't see any comments right now. So, yeah, that was a short AMA. It's unfortunate that Mark and Friso couldn't join the AMA. I'm pretty sure they're really busy with really important stuff. So,
It would have been a surprise act anyway, but there was no surprise.
no, no, unfortunately. All right, guys. Then thank you so much for tuning in. Laurens, thank you for joining this AMA session. And yeah,
Always.
we see you guys next week. See you later.
Later.